Hello there friend, I'm April San Pedro and I have another video for you today. Now if you've been following along, I've shared last time my mid-year planner. Now in this video, I want to share with you my journals. So this has been my journal since the year started. Actually, some of them were already used since last year. So far, I'm quite happy with my journal setup since this year started. However, I am still assessing myself which journals will I still be keeping for the next year, or should I still be doing the same thing for next year. So that's the purpose of this video. It's more of like a Techo Kaigi journal edition. So here are the journals that I have since the year started. So as much as I want to try a lot of journals, I make sure that keep my journals to a minimum level just so I can manage and be able to keep up with them, whether on a daily basis or as long that I'm gonna use them for the entire year. Here you will find, or you can see, I only have 4. However, for the traveler's notebook, I have few refills or inserts inside that I will probably explain later what this is all about. Alright, so let's start off with this journal. So this one is a Midori paper, 1 day, 1 page in A5 size. So at the start of the year, or even last year, I was already contemplating what kind of journal I'll be using for 2024. So for the past few years, I've been enjoying the daily journaling. So last year, I was reflecting what kind of journal best suits my need. So I kind of like the idea that it's A5 because I have enough room. And when you open it, you have enough room just for 1 day. So whether you want to write or just stick ephemeras or whatever you want to do on 1 page. So it's not overwhelming enough, and at the same time it's not too small, whether you want to put a lot of photos and stuff like that. So anyway, I started using this December last year. So even though it's meant for 2025, I already start using it. Oh, so I forgot that this one is also a blank journal, but it has a calendar for 2024 and 2025, and it has a monthly spread, which I never get to use. I really don't know how to use this one, except of course to write special events per month, but apparently I wasn't really able to update this so much, which I'm gonna share in a bit. So yeah, it's blank except for the monthly spreads, but the rest, like for the pages, there's no date. So when I got this, I was really happy that it was undated in a way, because I know there would be days that I cannot commit. So yeah, so this one suits my need very well, because I was thinking even though I won't be able to finish this for 2024, so as you can see, I am not halfway through the journal, but since it's undated, I can still use this for next year at least. You'll find here at the back, there's a phrase to be continued 2025. So if you're kind of particular with the dates with your journal, these are the only things that you will be considering if you use the Midori 1 day 1 page. So that's why I kind of really like this idea. The size fits me well. They also have an A6 for this. Okay, so let me show you some few pages. So like I mentioned a while ago, I started this on December of last year. So I was really so creative about it. I didn't want to overdo the pages or the spreads. So what I just did is, like, I put more on photos. I add a little bit of ephemeras and die cut ephemeras, and then more of the notes. Not so much with the reflection, but just, you know. So here I have ephemeras from packaging. So I was a bit committed during the first few weeks of December. I tried doing it daily, but I kind of missed some of the days. So what I did, I didn't stress so much So I missed, like, I don't have 15 and 16, so I just keep moving. So the next page would be whatever date that I can journal on. So it continued for a while up until Christmas season was really so busy. Wasn't able to catch up so much. I was able to document some of the important events or moments during those times, but I wasn't really able to commit on a daily basis. But I would say for the month of December, I was really good in journaling. So yeah, so as you can see here, these are the December entries, and I was probably missed 5 days the most. And I added a lot of photos, some tip-ins. So yeah, I had really fun during this time. However, January came. So I was pregnant during this time. So January came, I got really lazy. As much as I wanted to journal every day, I couldn't catch up anymore. So what I did is I just put some things and post it to remind me of what it's about. And then here, I got a few things. During this time, I believe we had few hiccups with my pregnancy already. We already knew there's a big challenge as I deliver the baby. But I think during this month, there's a lot of happening already, a lot of doctor visits, because I was due supposedly on March. And yeah, so that's why I couldn't catch up anymore, and I had more post-its rather than notes and photos. But I still tried. So what I did, I just put dates so I would remember right away. And what I noticed from the journals that I used before with the dated one, it's easier for me to stick die-cut ephemeras or photos, even there's no notes or whatever, because there's date already. So if you missed something or if you just want to stick something, then you can just do it right away with the date. So that's what I did at first. I dated it just so I would know if I missed something, then I just stick whatever it is on that specific date. However, January 18, I was admitted, and technically the next day I had an emergency CS. So after this, the rest was really blurry. Didn't go well from there. My baby Noah was in NICU since the moment I gave birth, and then he was there for 27 days, and yeah, it wasn't really easy, which I'll probably share some other time. So as you can see here, I still tried to journal some, but it's more of like post-its. And then, so as much as I wanted to commit on this, it was a bit hard for me to just keep on journaling. It does give me a little comfort to journal, but in a way I just had a hard time expressing my emotions, and things happen. So yeah, so what I did here, there's more of like just notes, writings, and nothing else. Yeah, and some just nothing. So here's what happened. Like I mentioned a while ago, I dated some of the pages already from January to February, thinking it would be easier for me to just stick whatever I needed because there's already date. But since I did not journal anymore, it ended up that I have empty pages. So here, as you can see, it's technically empty because this is the time when we lost our baby Noah. So since then, I didn't go back here with this journal after that, but then once in a while I still try to stick something. I think it's a habit that, you know, if you've been journaling for quite some time already, you just have this feeling like if you see a sticker, you see a photo or a packaging, you just want to stick it in on your journal. So I guess that's what happened here. Like, even though I didn't feel like journaling for quite some time, I had this habit, like I still collect packaging, stickers, and all those things. And so I tried, still trying to journal every day, like added some dates still, but I end up like skipping the date already. So on March, I just thought skip the date. I'm not gonna do this chronologically anymore. I'm just gonna stick whatever it is that I want to. If I want to write something, then go ahead. So like this part, this happened, I can't remember. So that's what happens if you don't put dates. You just don't remember. And with this too. But this happened way past March, probably around April. Oh, so this one is already May. So I only had few entries on March. On April, I only had one. And then May, few things. The rest is just like I was sticking just whatever it is that I can stick without dates, which I should be doing. So yeah, here, like I said, not chronological order anymore. So I'm still hoping I can go back to this and write something, but I don't know. We'll see about that. So yeah, this one is from August. I only few pages for July. I'm not even sure if I had for June. But anyway, so August came here. I wanted to go back here again and journal as much as I wanted to. I already had a lot of ephemeras I have here, as you can see, but I wasn't able to stick them yet, or I don't know what's gonna happen. It's it's a surprise if I can finish the backlogs or something. But yeah, so there you go. This is the daily journaling, supposedly. In general, I still love this journal. Still find this quite suitable for my needs, especially when I set my mind that I won't have to do this daily anymore, or need to focus on the chronological order of journaling. I'm just gonna journal whenever I feel like it, or if I have something to journal on, or if I have something to put on here. But if there's none, then that's okay. I also set my mind that this will still be the same journal I'll be using up until definitely it's gonna be finished. So that's one thing I've assessed. Like, I won't be doing the usual daily journaling for next year, but I will still use this up until I'll finish it. So that's one journal. The next one is the Hobonichi weeks, which I've been contemplating to get, whether the weeks or the Techo, or if I should go back to day free. But I really wanted to explore more options with Hobonichi last year, so I opted for weeks because this is the first time I tried this size. I forgot what size is this, but anyway, you're familiar with Hobonichi weeks. So it's very small, it's very compact, it's thin, it's super light. The cover that I got is made of fabric, which I don't mind getting dirty off because I really like my journals dirty or comes with personality. And plus, this one stays at home. So yeah, I didn't buy any transparent sleeve. So yeah, so with this journal, I use this as a daily gratitude journal. So I've been contemplating if I'm gonna get the Hobonichi weeks, what would I do with it? Because the videos that I've seen who uses weeks, they use this mostly as their daily planner, which serves them very well, and I can see why. It's very small, it's compact, you can write a lot of things even though it's so small, and there's a space at the back, an empty grid page, which you can just write any notes and whatsoever, aside of course from the planner side. I've been thinking how to use this before I bought this one, because like I said a while ago, I don't want to waste any journals, and as much as I like to try a lot of journals out there, I also want to maximize them. So in my case, like I said, I use this as my daily journaling. My entries here are mostly about the good things that happen during the day, whether it's a small one or a big one. The left side has a like a planner style, which had a horizontal layout, and on the right page it's just empty with the grid design. So yeah, so this is what I use it for. So on this part, sometimes I write my reflections for the entire week. So as I mentioned, sometimes, because as you can see here, most of them are empty. So yeah, let me show you, like here. So this part, I just put my reflection during the week, even though I wasn't able to finish the week. So sometimes I try to recall the things that happened that week if I wasn't able to write on it. But other than that, I just let it be. Whether I have an entry like this one or not, if I'm feeling like going back on this day, then it's fine. But unlike the daily journaling that I had with this, that I post-it sometimes, with this one, I didn't bother anymore. So yeah, so it became really simple as the days went on or the months went on. So I didn't know the week started off at the last week of November. Had it been I knew about this, I would have bought it earlier, so able to maximize it more. So what I did here, I had entries at the last week of November last year, but I just went back logging, back journaling, which was really tiring. So yeah, so let me show you this first. So it has monthly pages like the Midori. So I try to use this as like the most memorable thing that I want to remember during that day. So like, let's say with this one, let's say March 2, we went to a carnival, so that's just what I wrote. But then later on, yeah, it's just empty. And as you can see, there's no stickers, there's no decorations. But during December, like what I did with Midori, I had a little bit of creativity. Added some stickers, washi tapes, and all those things. So just like my daily journaling, January came, I didn't have enough energy or the creative juice in me. So I just write and write, as you can see here. So yeah, I tried after that, like during May, I tried going back to be a creative journaler. But I don't know. All the things that happened when my son died, I wasn't quite the same anymore when it comes to journaling. It's more of like I just want to keep on writing, which I'll show later, what is my actual journal that I bring with me most of the time. So yeah, I try to be creative by just adding watercolor background, but that's it. Other than that, there's nothing anymore. I skip some of the days, and then the right page has nothing. So yeah, I just let it be, and I still continue every morning after meditation. I try to go back here, but if I don't feel like journaling, I just let it be as well. And then at the back, like I mentioned, there's an empty space. So there's notes at the back, and I use this as a reflection for entirety of the day. So like, let's say I have so much emotion during that day, like I am so grateful for what happened during this day, or you know, just like if I cannot fit in all the things that I wanted to say here on this space, I go to this and I just wrote whatever I feel like writing. Although it talks so much about my emotions, this one is more of like a happy journal because it talks so much about gratitude. So that is the theme of this journal. So in conclusion, or should I be getting this again for next year? I'm thinking maybe not. I like the idea though that I am writing my daily gratitude daily. I think this one helps me on a daily basis, especially during when we were in the hospital for my son. Even though things aren't doing so well, you can still see small things that you can be thankful for. And I think those simple and very easy part that you do on your daily basis helps you mentally and emotionally, even though you think there's nothing really, there's no effect on a daily basis. But looking back, this helped me to see happy or good things in a very small way, even though things aren't doing so well. There are still so many things to be thankful for. So the reason why I won't be getting Hobonichi weeks next year, it's because I'm thinking of getting the 5-year journal. I'm not sure yet, but that's what in my head. Since I'm doing this daily, I wanted to try looking at it on a bigger perspective. So like, if I'm gonna use a 5-year journal next year, the next few years I can recall what happened on the same date a few years ago in just one journal. I know for a fact I want to do the daily journaling still, aside from the daily journaling, but I wanted to put them in one journal. I'm glad I tried this though, because it's very nice to try different journals. You know what fits your needs and what works for you. So yeah, I'm still glad I used this. I'm glad though that I didn't get the Mega Weeks. I was hoping to buy the Mega Weeks, but it wasn't available anymore for this design. So thankfully it wasn't available anymore, because I have few more pages here. And I don't know if I will be able to finish this for this year, or yeah, I don't know if I'll continue it the next year, because unlike the Midori, this one is really dated. So if I'll miss some of the pages here, I won't be able to come back anymore because they have dates. So yeah, and this ends on January 5. So I have until January 5 to fill this in. Other than that, I'm just gonna leave it as it is at the end of the year. So that's the second journal that I have. Alright, the third and fourth one are quite the same. I think I'm just gonna do this quickly. There's nothing really much here, except that they have a category. So technically, these are the only traveler's notebook cover that I have, and I'm really hoping that I can just keep this at a minimal. I mean, with all the new Midori traveler's notebook cover coming out, like there's a Tokyo edition, there's a Kyoto, there's a Black Wing. I mean, I'm hoping I won't be tempted to get any of those, because seriously, I won't be needing a lot of covers anymore. These two are fine. I want to maximize my journals, so if I have more of this, then I want to bring them with me all the time, and it's so heavy. Like, I only have 4 journals at the moment. I can't even bring all of them with me because it will fill up our luggage, and it's just really heavy. So anyway, let me share with you this one first. This one is the olive cover. I got this I think last year, or the moment that they released it. I had it few months after, and I was really happy that I got the olive because I really like the color of it. I was able to get the blue one, but I didn't like it so much. So yeah, I sold it right away because I want to maximize it, like I said. So I have the olive, and I'm so happy about it. I like the color. I like that even though this one scratches so easily compared to this one, I don't really mind. So as you can see here, this one is really chunky. I have like about 5 refills here. Some of them are not already attached. So like this one, they are just there for like I would know that this journal is for a certain thing. So I just put them all here. But I don't carry this with me every day, and every time we go somewhere, if I feel like journaling, I just remove the refill and whatever it is that I want to journal on. Okay, so these refills are for memory keeping journals. So here's my dilemma. Since I started daily journaling with this, I had a hard time thinking what else to journal here because I don't want a repeat spreads. There's no point to it. So sometimes if there's a big event or like it's a long time vacation, I wanted to put it in one refill just so to have a specific journal for it. Other than that, like on a daily basis, like if we just ate somewhere, I saw a sticker or a tissue, that goes here. But for some big events, like if it's a birthday or show you later. that is the purpose of the refills. As you can see here, I have like 5. Yeah, I have 5. That's because I was so eager to open up new refill and I didn't realize the other one is not filled yet, but I already used a new one, and so I have like 2 journals to catch up on. And then later on I realized, oh, it's a month of like, well, when was that, like month of April. It was my birthday month and my sister was here and we had a lot of travels. We did a lot of things, so I thought, oh, I want to journal that on a different notebook, or it would serve as an album. And so I did open another one, but I end up didn't put a lot of things, so that ends up with 3 journals that is quite empty. That's what happened. So these 3 are technically for memory keeping. So these 2 are from my own brand. So they are Artisan Paperie Pandagdag, the 406 edition, and the other one is the 404. And the third one is a Midori in plain pages. So I'm not sure what number is this, but it's just the plain Midori refill. So this, I think, is the one I had last year. Yeah, 2023. And I didn't realize I still have like a lot of pages to fill in. And then I opened a new one, which is this. And I was doing okay up until I realized, okay, I'm just gonna leave this alone. And then I didn't realize I still have few more pages. And then, so yeah, some of the spreads here are also from 2023. But then I'm being OC that I don't wanna mix 2024 with my 2023. But look, there's still a lot of pages to fill in, and this one too. So yeah, we'll see about that. In a while, I'm still thinking if I should add more here, and you know. And this one is supposedly for the month of April and May, which I mentioned a while ago because my sister was here. We had a lot of vacations up until May, but look, I only have few spreads and all of them are just attached here, which won't make any more sense. I forgot about it already, but yeah, I wasn't even able to decorate the cover. And this one too, supposedly at the start of the journal, I decorate them and I add the volume so I would know which comes first. And then I got really confused because I don't know anymore. And then the next 2, this one was also from this one was like 2 years ago. I started this journal like for drawing when we were in Vancouver. I wanted to try my Pandagdag journal, the 402, with a lot of medium from watercolor to brush pens and all. And I wanted to try the travel sketchbook instead of more of journaling. So that's what I did here. So yeah, as you can see, it's more of like whenever we go, I try to sketch or paint, use a lot of brushes and watercolor. This was supposedly meant for just the Vancouver trip we had 2 years ago, but since there's still a lot more pages, I'm thinking, you know what, I don't want to go back to the photos and draw here because I feel like it's better to do it when you're really there. And if you're just doing it because it's a backlog, it's part joy anymore. So here I added a lot of watercolor, which the paper can handle, and I'm so happy about it. And I added some journals on the side. So I'm thinking that's why this is still here. Even though this was intentionally for Vancouver travel sketchbook, I'm just gonna add more sketches here whenever we go somewhere. So this is gonna be just a sketchbook, but not just for the Vancouver trip. So that's one. So this journal is same as this. It's also from Artisan Paperie. So same as this one. And this has been my go-to journal since my baby Noah passed away. Basically, this is more of like a faith journaling, but I ended up doing it more of like just writing instead of being more creative. If you've been following along, I had few videos that I love doing faith journals, and it was inspired by illustrated faith prompts. And then I had their ephemeras I used for decorating the spreads. But with this one, so I had a different journey after Noah passed away. So I didn't feel like doing any creative journaling anymore, except that I added some watercolor wash just so to add color and just to give a different visual while you're journaling. But other than that, it's really just more of letters to Jesus. So with this one, it's more of like a happy journal because it's a gratitude journal. But with this, it's a mixture of a lot of things. So like I said, I have a different journey since February. So it comes with a lot of emotions, from being grateful to what happened or for all the grace that he gave me, to a lot of questions and anger and a lot of things. So last year, I was just continuing my faith journal, but at the end of that journal, it was really more of like writing instead of being creative. So this what happens last June. I just dedicated it still also as a faith journal, but no decoration. So yeah, sometimes I think of decorating it, but then I really like the idea of just putting all my thoughts, my feelings here instead of focusing on the decorating part or the creative part. I think that is where I am right now. My journaling has served me as an outlet to release emotion, regardless it's a happy or sad one. So that is what this Traveler's Notebook Olive is all about. And this one is like my work journal. So this is my very first Traveler's Notebook, which I had a video because I got so excited when I got this. So it has 4 refills, and this is really just merely work related, content creating ideas. So I started this, I don't know, I can't remember, 2 years ago. And then I just used this as an idea notebook. And then later on, I decided to divide them into 3 categories. This one is for general ideas, and then the other one is for artisan, and the last one is for Yellow Hauz. So if I have an idea for Yellow Hauz, then I put it on here. And then if I have an idea for artisan, which are the collections, the stickers, I write them on this side. So this is a Midori refill, the dotted one. And then since this one is already finished, I just still put it here because once in a while I want to look all the past ideas that I have that wasn't implemented yet. So that's why it's still here with me. And so I added a new one, which is this, the Midori notebook in grid pages. So still, this is a work journal, mostly for Yellow Hauz, because yeah, this part is for Yellow Hauz, and then the first half is for artisan. But as you can see here, I have nothing yet for artisan, but more on for Yellow Hauz. But still, it's not so much. All right, so the last one, the second to the last one, but I'm just gonna run through this one. So this one is my journal. I think this one is since 2021, but I'm still using it until now because this is content ideas journal. So this is where I put the ideas that I have that I wanna create for a video or for for blog. So yeah, I have it with me still because I categorize them per month, and then I just look up like use this as a reference, like what did I do last few years ago and what can I do next. So like what I did is like I have a theme for every month. I would know what kind of videos to create or any content to create. So like if some of the ideas that I wasn't able to create yet, then I would know like this month, oh, I can still do this and do that. So that's why I still have this with me, even though it's a very old journal. Plus I still have few pages with it, so more room to write on and more ideas actually. So if sometimes the ideas doesn't fit any month, I just have it on a general page. So like for this, I have an idea of whatever, then I just write it down here so I would know, okay, what are the other things that I can still create. So yeah, that's the one. Here I have for the coffee shop, it's just a notes for the things that I need to talk about with my staff. So I write down here all the things that we need to improve on, or the whatever rules that we have, or things like that. So this is just really, I would say, ugly journal. This is not even a branded journal. So here at the back, I use it as a game or an activity page for my son. It's quite helpful to have an ugly journal because you won't feel like you need to be careful about it. So yeah, that's what this I believe this is the camel color of the Midori Traveler's Notebook. There you go. These are the 4 journals that I have for this year that I use since this year started and even years before. So to give a conclusion, this one definitely will still stay the same for next year. The refills will just be different because they might be filled in already, but the context would still be the same. Like this one is still has always been a work journal for me, and this one is for memory keeping. But I wanted to try to exchange them at some point because I really like bringing the olive with me. So I'm thinking of changing them once in a while just so I will be able to use this more often. And then for the daily journaling, definitely still be with me next year because it's not filled up yet. But this one will probably end for this year. So I don't know yet what to get for next year, but that's something I like to look forward to, like assessing which journals to get for next year. I hope this video shed some light whether you want to do the same system as me. Like if you want to have a journal for work, a different journal for memory keeping and for gratitude, and if you feel like doing a daily journaling, I hope you were able to get some insights from what I've shared with my daily journaling. And as of daily journaling, I'm not sure if I would still do it next year, but definitely I just want to fill this up. But to commit on a daily journaling, and I think I would probably do it differently next year. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know your journal setup for this year, or like what are you trying to assess for next year as well. Thank you so much for watching up until the end, and see you again on my next video, friends. Bye.